Chapter 13, Angles and their Measurement. In this chapter, you will learn how to measure an angle, how to construct an angle, and what are the different kinds of angles in maths. First, let's see the definition of the term angle. An angle is a figure formed by two rays with the same initial point is called an angle. Here they have given us the definition which says that from a point if two rays are starting and they are going in different direction, then it is forming what? The line segments or the rays are forming an angle. If you see the example of the divider, okay, you can see there are two arms. You can say these are the arms of the divider. Okay, they are starting from the fixed point, which is the initial point, and hence it is forming an angle. Let's see what are the parts of an angle. Suppose this is an angle, and in an angle you will see that every line, every point is given a name. Okay, first I'll draw a straight line and I have to give it a name. I'll give it what? OA. O is mainly taken as the center. Okay, why O is coming here? Because in geometry, in this angles, you will see that the fixed point they always mark it as O. Okay, and this point is the vertex. Very important to know what is vertex. Vertex is the initial point, okay, from where the arms or from where the lines are starting. It is called a vertex of the angle. And the vertex, whenever we write the angle, suppose if I want to write the angle of this figure, vertex point always comes in the middle. So whatever point, whatever alphabet I have written on the vertex, it will come in the center. Okay, first let's understand how to write an angle. Suppose this is something given to you. OA is the first arm, OB is the second arm. Okay, when they are joining at this point, which is called what? It is called the vertex. It is the vertex point. Okay, if I ask you, tell the vertex of this angle, you will say O is the vertex, because vertex is the point from where the lines start, okay, or the rays start. So this is what from O point, another ray is starting, that is OB. So these two rays are joining and they are forming an angle inside. Can you see this? They are covering this portion, this much of portion they are covering, and it's forming an angle. Okay, and how we write in maths this angle? We have a symbol which is drawn like this. Always the symbol is like this. You cannot draw like this. Okay, always the symbol for an angle is this, and then you name the markings, name the alphabets. Okay, you can either name it, well, vertex always comes in the center. Okay, so the angle can be AOB, or you can also write it AOB, ऐसे लिख सकते हो, या BOA. It's one and the same thing. Whether you take from the top and you write this way, or you take from the bottom A and you go upwards, it's one and the same thing. Only you need to understand is what, कि जो vertex point की value हमेशा center में लिखी जाती है. If this you are writing wrong, then the angles will be wrong. Okay, your answer will be wrong. Remember, this is the very important point of this angle chapter, that the vertex is always mentioned in the center. Okay, now sometimes what happens, sometimes when there are more angles in the figure, we number them. Okay, we number them as angle 1, angle 2. And if I want to tell what angle is this forming, this is how we write the angles. Okay, suppose if I draw an angle like this. If I am drawing an angle like this, I have to name it. Always keep it. If you want to keep it O, B, C, D, whatever, you can keep it. I am keeping it as O. And if I mark it A and B, see, markings are very important in angle, and these arrows are very important. This is the diagram of an angle. Okay, arrows are must, and the naming of various lines is must. So we have to tell what is this. We have to name it. It's an angle. First we'll draw the symbol. Okay, now we have to name this figure. It's an angle AOB. या तो इसको ऐसे लिख सकते हो AOB, or you can write it as BOA. So here the symbol for angle is this, which I have already told you, and we can also call this figure as angle O, but I'll suggest you to write full. Okay. And when there are more angles in a figure, we label them 1, 2, 3 and call them angle 1, angle 2. Okay, if I ask you what's the other name of this angle, you will say angle का other name क्या है? ABC, angle ABC or CBA. If I ask you what is the other name of angle 2, so you will say that the angle name is what? Angle 2 pick it from here, or whether you start from this point, okay, you remember it should always be in the center. And if you are writing something like D, then B, and then A, it is wrong. And answer will be wrong, no marks will be given, 0 will be given. Because the rule is what? Always you have to write the vertex in the center.